Welcome to Revel Star. I'm your host, Cade King, and we're on the search for the next big thing. In this round, we're going to be interviewing our final two contestants. We're going to get to know them a little bit better. Let's bring our first contestant, Triple E. Are you ready? Let's go.
How's it going? I'm Triple E. I'm 22 years old and I'm from the San Fernando Valley. I started making music and honing in on my craft of writing lyrics when I was around 14, 15 is when I started. A band I would expect me to be into is, I don't know if she's a band or an artist, but Avril Lavigne. What inspires my music the most would be my own life. Most of my songs are from my own experience, but I guess I would say that it's both from my own experiences or things that go on in my mind. They're not necessarily things that have happened, but maybe something I want to happen, something I'm scared of happening. So all relative to my life, so it's all personal when I write, but I wouldn't say that everything's happened that I've said in all of my songs. The most recent songs I've been working on have been inspired, I would say mostly by some sort, not necessarily heartbreak, but more so question of love. What it means to own up to your mistakes, how you own up to your mistakes, how to live with your own mistakes, how to move on from your own mistakes. I would say that's the majority of my music right now, just because it's so fresh in my mind, kinda. But I mean, there's always those times when you're not feeling like that, you know what I mean? You go inside the studio, and that's not how you're feeling. You're with your friends, and you guys are all just I don't know who's watching, drinking, smoking, doing whatever, you're just hanging out. And that's just not the vibe, you're just not sad right then. So you're making a fun song, you're just talking about hanging out with your friends, you're talking about driving around because that's what you do when you're bored, is just hopping in your car and driving around. You're talking about doing whatever you do with your friends, you know what I mean? So I guess it's definitely both, but I would say my best songs right now are definitely my more depressing ones. Performing on stage is weird, especially for me right now, because I wouldn't say I have necessarily a following. You know what I mean? So when I perform, nobody really knows my stuff. So it's just people are watching you and yeah, they can have fun, they think you're cool, or maybe some people know you out there, so they're supporting you. So it's cool, but not everyone knows your stuff. So it's cool standing in the spot where you want to be, because obviously that's what you're trying to do. So when I'm on stage, it's a cool feeling, but based off response, and not saying that the response is bad, but just not this response being as ideal as what it could be, is always weird. You know what I mean? So there's obviously things to be worked on, but I mean, it's a great feeling. My fashion style is very basic, to be honest. I like very basic clothing. This is kind of extravagant for me. Under this is just a black polo t-shirt, and I kind of just switch my outfits by pant color and polo t-shirt color. It'll be either blue jeans, black jeans, or dark blue jeans. It'll be gray, white, black kind of polo t-shirt. It's pretty basic. My favorite thing that's in my closet right now is this beanie that I'm wearing, to be completely honest. The Dodgers just won the game today. They were down in the series, and they just tied the series today, so I had to wear this beanie today. So not necessarily is it going to stay my favorite piece, but right now at this moment, this is my favorite article of clothing right now. My goals for the end of 2018 would definitely be to just stay consistent. It's more so just the consistency of my life, more so my energy I'm putting out into the world, making sure my energy is 100% positive when I'm doing everything I'm doing, making sure that every couple weeks, at least every month, I'm releasing some sort of music, going every week working on my craft. But I wouldn't say I put a limitation on my goals, because if I don't reach them, which it's not necessarily a bad thing to not reach your goals, it kind of kind of lowers your self-esteem in that category. So I don't say I put goals and limitations on what I want to do, but I definitely just am trying to keep the positive outlook and just keep on continuing my craft throughout 2018, throughout 2019. I definitely want to learn the piano. I made this when I was in elementary school. This is me when I played soccer when I was probably, I would say, 9-10 years old. Soccer is definitely the sport that I recommend and that I played my whole life up until high school, and I learned that I actually suck because I didn't start. That's a picture of Steven Gerrard, beautiful soccer player for Liverpool FC, one of my favorite soccer players. This is David Beckham, another soccer superstar. Definitely not one of my favorite players, but he's definitely a cool guy if you are into soccer. This is a picture of me when I was a little chunkier with my brother at the beach when I was like 8. This is us. This is my dad, me, my brother, some random people. River rafting. We used to have this little place up in Lake Isabella that we used to go to, and we stayed there and we used to go on a river raft and fish and eat the fish we caught and all that stuff. And river rafting was so cool. I remember that day like it was yesterday. I was so small and the tides were so crazy and I literally flew out of my seat and I thought I was gonna die. It was sick though. This is me in my backyard swimming. That's my dog. Still have her. Her name's Chloe. She's like 11 years old now, I think. I've had her since I was in like 3rd grade. She's definitely the best. And this is me. I don't know. I kind of look stupid, but I'm trying to do something cool with a bike. Like I was actually doing a wheelie or something, but I wasn't.
Hi, I'm Bailey Balzer. I'm 17 years old and I'm from Alaska. I started taking piano lessons when I was 6, and I started singing on stage I think when I was 11. I want to learn trumpet right now, or harp. I play 9 instruments at the moment. Piano, flute, guitar, saxophone, drums, bass guitar, ukulele, harmonica, violin. Band that no one would expect that I'm into is the Carpenters. I write from personal experience, and with my music, I want to give people something to relate to. Well, back in January, they put me on some meds that kind of just made me sleep and cry a lot, and I wrote a lot in that month. So, drugs, medicine. I'm not entirely sure what inspires my songs. Half the time I just kind of look around the room and pick something and end up making words out of it, but I always find a way to like have a backstory for songs. It just sometimes is interesting. When I perform on stage, I'm a little nervous, but I love performing, and I love sharing my music and stuff with people. So it's a lot of fun, even though it's a bit nerve-wracking. I would describe my fashion style as edgy. My favorite item of clothing in my closet right now is my overalls.
Your overalls? What color are they?
They're just... My grandma keeps calling them farmer pants. My goals for the end of the year are to get settled here and get some things going in my career. Ideally, in like a perfect world, I'd love to be a headliner and have other people opening for me. But maybe that's just the part of me that wants fame and attention. It doesn't though. I think that's human nature.
You can probably guess I don't remember this picture being taken. I was probably about a year old, and you can tell it's mine and not my brother's because I have pinched ears. This picture is proof that my mother's always right. We've had a little debate going on if a certain picture was when I was in first grade or in preschool. But apparently this picture was in first grade, so that answers that question. Everyone makes fun of my perm that I had for a few years. My hair ended up, the top layer was straight and the bottom layer was curly, so my mom was like, you know, listen, we need to fix this. It needs to be one or the other. So I asked if I could get it like permanently straightened, you know, and she convinced me to get this super curly perm, and I was like, I gave in. I decided it was fine, and I regret it to this day.